It's time.
So,
yeah.
I didn't catch a ton of the players because I was a player.
PGA.
Excuse me.
Get the tournament right. I know you're excited, but come
I'm
on.
sorry. I was thinking players. There's more
Math.
That's okay.
That's fine.
But did see plenty of highlights on the Twitter.
Yeah,
and,
on the tweet.
And gosh, all over the board. Crazy tournament. I did see Sunday.
Yeah.
Saw the exciting part.
That's the exciting part.
But just how we got there, I've got some feelings on how we got
dive?
there, and they're not good ones.
No, the cliff dive.
I mean, I don't have a lot of great.
Anyways,
some of them.
So I don't even know where to start. Do we start with this recap? Did you guys have any news? Is there any NFL things?
The only news kind of
week.
thing before we jump into this, and it's golf related, that I thought was super, super cool. It was a huge highlight, although it came from the Corn Ferry.
Dude who got called up?
Guy named James Nicholas was the ninth alternate. Ninth alternate.
Came from the court, or came from the airport and left his clubs.
Left his clubs, left his shoes, left his glove, everything. They're like, here's this. He chose his own driver. He's like, can I use that driver?
Right.
And like ask the guy for, and he used
He
the
had
driver.
two golf bags, and he's like pulling clubs from one. They bring a new box of shoes out.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, all right, these will work.
Yeah. And then he's like, and then I striped my first drive. Now he missed the cut, but like regardless,
Guys, he was going to miss the cut.
A lot of
the
people
odds
missed
were
the
against
cut.
him.
Number one guy in the world missed the cut.
Right.
yeah.
How do you do that?
Different.
Go out and stripe.
Right. I mean,
but
we'll get to
he
it.
striped his first drive. No warm up. Zero
That's
warm-up,
golf.
Nothing.
That's golf though,
Golfer.
isn't it?
Figure it out. He would like almost
Just red
my
eye,
thought
everything was
is
crazy. he
he didn't have enough time to think about being nervous.
Right, because he was just.
Because like all of those guys can hit a fairway consistently, but like a lot of them, you just got too much time to get in your own head.
Yeah.
I didn't get any warm ups.
He didn't.
He about had to play barefoot.
Yeah.
Like
he didn't have clubs.
No gloves, barefoot,
he
baby.
Showed up.
He
no
left.
clubs.
He left the airport knowing that his clubs would be coming around the carousel.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, do we know? Did he play his clubs on Friday?
I don't know that, but they.
I would assume so.
All I
but-
remember
probably
was
played
I think he
worse.
said it was like a 17-hour drive or something like that for him to make
So he
it.
red-eyed it.
And because he got the call at 9:30, he's like, yeah, I would have got in at 1:00.
Right.
And he was teeing off at noon. He's like,
Couldn't
do it.
Right.
I think he showed up maybe like right on time or something like that.
I thought I saw he was 7 minutes before tee time.
Yeah.
Like that.
Meaning enough time to put shoes and socks
and
on.
grab some random
his-
clubs.
And mix and match.
Because it was like
Get
the
his card and move
It was
in.
the pros bag that
Yeah.
he brought out, and then somebody else just happened to have a golf bag, and he's like, "Oh, can I use that?" Like what you were saying.
Yeah, that driver.
Can I use that? Is it an Epic? I think it
Yeah,
was.
it was
Yeah.
something.
And he's like, "All right, this will work."
Yeah. Exactly. It was, but
That was fun.
that story's
It's
legit.
great. I love
mean,
golf for that reason.
Yeah. That was cool. And then was it Rose Zhang? I mean, the college national championship. I think I saw going into Sunday or something like that. She was 10 under, and the person in second was 1 under for the women's college national
Did she win?
championship. Yeah.
Well, hey,
To be fair, this
Carrera
weekend,
had a big lead.
you just never know.
I hope it wasn't the weekend of chokes.
Yeah,
But
gee whiz.
also, completely non-related, but like competitive relation question for you. I heard on the radio this morning. So the Florida Panthers, I believe, is hockey team.
Yes.
They were down 3-0 to the Lightning, and reportedly went to the strip club as a squad.
Yeah, saw that.
And then proceeded to get smoked in Game 4. Obviously, you're on vacation now. But the question or argument that was brought up was, if you're in the playoffs or down 3-0, up 3-0, like, can you, should you, would you go to the strip club? And then when is it okay? Like, if you're up 3-0, obviously you don't have to win Game 4, so is it okay to pre-celebrate? And then I have my own thoughts on that. Then it's like down 3-0. If we're getting our ass kicked, I mean,
Well, it
might
might
as well
have been
enjoy
like
it while we're here.
Like, think about it from a leadership perspective, right? Your team is clearly not doing well, performing well. So maybe they're uptight, whatever. It could be a ploy to be, let's go get relaxed.
Right.
It didn't work.
But I mean, like,
And you're not gonna win that.
We
You're
went
not
all
gonna-
the way to the strip club, though. Like, there's a lot of ways to relax.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
We're not doing anything in the strip club,
I agree to that. I
especially
agree.
when you just
But
get
like,
boat raced in Game 4.
yeah.
But like, is that the like at 3-0, like, or shall I put it at 0-3? Is that the only time where that mindset's okay? At 3-0, I don't feel like it is.
Oh, absolutely not 3. I mean, you're not even 0-3. Like the odds of you winning the entire series is very low. If you wanted to just go do that, then get smoked in game 4 and then go out.
Right.
In my opinion.
But like everybody's leaving, everybody's going on vacation after, like they're going their separate ways. So like my thought is like, you know what, boys, we're down 0-3.
Last two are all together as the boys.
Like we've been handled in this series.
Fair.
Like if it's been 2-1 in
strip club?
overtime. But if it's been like 2-1 in overtime and like competitive series, like
they probably
like,
won't know.
oh, we're right here. But and I have no idea. I have no idea.
I'd have to look at the score.
But like
nothing.
if they're getting just like they're just overmatched, whatever. Maybe they upset the team in the first series. Like we're just happy to be here.
We're just having
and like, hey guys, you're going to Canada. You're going to Mexico. I'm going to Europe. Like, see you next year. I mean, why the hell not? Like that's. But to me, that's the only.
They were clearly outmatched. I mean, the Lightning won the Stanley Cup last year.
Right.
Really, really good team. They went game 1 4-1. Game 2 was close. It was 2-1.
Right.
Game 3 was 5-1.
Right.
Oh,
so they're just getting destroyed.
What was game 4?
2-0. Like they got shut out.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean,
didn't
they
play
only
bad.
gave up 2. Defense must have been good.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like that to me, that's the only
That makes
scenario.
sense. But and a lot of what everyone thinks about is we're coming from a kid in a college and a high school perspective, usually in sports. They're legitimately just grown ass adults who are professionals, and if their mindset is that way, absolutely that makes sense. Now, I probably would not have picked a strip club. Probably would have just got a whole club and rented it out and did whatever. But because strip clubs,
we saw it in Varsity Blues,
and now we're going to talk about it.
Right.
Saw it on Varsity Blues, and it didn't turn out well for them.
I mean, mind you, none of those kids were legal.
I mean,
a little different story there.
I mean,
we're talking about. Reality,
right?
Yeah, I mean,
right.
the actors probably were.
Hey, it was it was Texas.
Miss Davis was
Because it was Texas. What are the
she's a
rules?
10.
10.
Oh, Miss Davis.
Miss Davis, did you go to prom with me?
No problem.
Oh, what a great movie!
Great movie.
Just
Okay, we any other
Pull
news?
a lot of things in that movie.
yeah.
We can, but we can't.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
Should not.
Yeah, you shouldn't go to the strip club. But
Frowned on.
again, I'm fine. 0-3, getting your butt kicked. Make it happen.
Do you do it in the Stanley Cup Finals?
No.
Okay.
If you've made it there, like that's just just
Disrespectful.
respect for Lord Stanley's Cup,
Right.
or whatever cup
Whatever.
it is, or trophy it is
Bowl
that
or
you're
ball or whatever.
playing for. But yeah, I feel like where they're at in the playoffs, like that it was okay in my mind. Like I didn't feel competitively disrespected, or that they disrespected the game in that way. So.
It's fair.
But definitely, like, if you're in 1-2 or 2-1, or if you're up 3-0, like, just power move, like, we're going to the club, screw it, we don't care if we lose game 4, like, we'll just win in game 5. Like, to me, that's just more, like,
To me,
jackass
that
mode or
Yeah, it's a slap to the
cocky mode,
face.
like, then I hope you lose the next 4. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So,
In hockey, I think like one of the toughest leads is a 3-1 lead. I think they've like come out and said that like that's like the toughest series lead to have is a 3-1 lead in hockey.
but, yeah, I mean, that's the sport, too. I think it came up because one of the Golden State went up 3-0 on the
Whoever's.
the Mavs,
Yeah.
who weren't expected to make it out of the series before. And so, like, would it be okay if the Mavs went out to the strip club before their home game? And it's like, I mean, first of all, you're playing at home. Like, you really haven't been – you've been blown out in one game, but you haven't been blown out in all 3. And basketball's kind of a different level of – I feel like hockey players are just built different. They're kind of like wrestlers. Like,
What
a
would
night
give
at the
you
strip
that? What
club
would give
for
you
a
that
hockey player and a wrestler is just like, it's another Tuesday.
Yeah, they're just out there having a couple drinks
Yeah, like
and just
I just
hanging
feel
out.
like that's just kind of
Basketball, they're throwing hundreds
Yeah,
of
like if
hundreds
you
of
take a
thousands of
basketball and
dollars and
football
cocaine
player-
and it's just debauchery.
don't I just feel like it affects differently, and that's probably just a totally
hockey-
biased mindset.
oh,
but,
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, hockey players, they
but
just
hockey
show up.
players
It's
and
their
wrestlers
bar.
are different. There's
It's
no
just their
argument with
bar.
that.
No, I
I'll
can
die
agree
on
there.
that hill.
I think a lot of people would die on that hill with you
That's fair.
in that sense. All right.
But yeah, the recap of the crazy PGA.
So thoughts on this? Do we have any?
You guys have shoot
Upfront
shots
thoughts?
for missed cuts? Yes.
We're doing one and done miscuts as well, correct? Or no?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't we? Yeah.
I mean, because I don't think you.
Oh, I mean that's fine, but like,
Oh yeah, no, I got one for having lowest.
Give 2.
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant one on. No,
Oh,
he was pointing to
I mean,
something
you
else.
did good.
Yeah.
I just used them already.
I should just use them already. All right, fine.
Also-
Recap what we're talking about. Sorry.
I was just going to ask if there was anything, I mean, specific outside of Mito's meltdown, really, that we want to highlight. I mean, who's maybe some guys that surprised you?
Do you have a feel like? Do you want to talk about the meltdown?
So
It was very melty.
Were you surprised?
yeah, and not for the.
Were you surprised at the swing on 18? The swing on 18 was,
Yeah, well, I don't know
looked like
that-
the dude got electrocuted.
Yeah, that was.
Like it looked like his body literally had a panic attack.
And it
I'm
probably
not-
did.
and
And it
very
did.
well did.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised that like somebody came back and caught him because he didn't really play that great Sunday. I mean, he shot a 75, I think, is what he shot.
Well, yeah,
on
but
Sunday.
he completely collapsed.
In
He
the
was
last
playing
3
some
holes.
phenomenal golf
Right.
for 3 days.
Oh yeah, I completely agree there. But like, so I'm not saying I'm completely surprised, but in that, I guess I don't know why you pull out a driver or a club that maybe you
So here's
has the least control on there and just play for a par, or
Yeah,
don't
but I
play
mean,
don't play to
that's-
get a birdie.
that's not a play. Like he wasn't playing for a birdie. That's a long hole. What do you can't hit? I mean, do you want
I
to?
mean, I
hit,
agree, but
in pressure, do you want to hit 4-iron to try to make par?
No,
I
I,
sh-
want the shortest club going in. Like I don't want to
I'll
have
speak
to.
from someone where I don't pull long iron or through wood, and this is speaking as someone who's a
Professional.
amateur handicap, but like swinging between like 80 and 110% on driver is way more comfortable when I need to hit it somewhere than trying to hit a pressure 4-iron. And that's not to say it is for him, but like there's some guys that are just more
Because it
comfortable.
had
driver
nothing to
in
do with the
hand.
club choice. It was
The pressure.
his,
I think-
his- the pressure.
I think it speaks,
legitimately
though-
crushed him on that swing.
I think it speaks though to like level of golf. You talking about an
right.
80 to 90% driver swing.
Right.
You swinging that, you feel comfortable controlling
Right.
that. Me swinging at 80% of my driver,
Right.
I do not feel comfortable. I'm going to slice the shit out of it just like he did, and I'm going to put it in the creek.
yeah,
He
but
stopped swinging.
but-
His swing
Like
got
I'm just
it was so
killed.
bad. It was.
It looked like somebody shot him with like a taser at the point of impact.
I don't mean to laugh, but it was.
I mean, he looked like he got electrocuted.
yeah, he did not. He did not look.
And- and we can go back to 17. I mean, he had one bad break right before that where he,
Right.
misses a birdie putt that he, could have rolled in and given himself a little
The
bit more
fact
room.
that he went double bogey on 18 to miss the playoff, like that was the most
That-
devastating
that's
part
why.
to me. Is like he didn't
It's not that he lost the lead; it's that he didn't even
right,
get
didn't
to a
even get the
playoff.
chance. He played too good at golf not to have a chance to
Right.
win it, even though he folded on Sunday. Like
And-
that was my take.
I think he's he's the 100th ranked golfer in the world. He's 27 years old, and this was his 27th tour start. This is his second major that he's ever played in.
Right. Handled it with the grace of, angelic
completely
grace.
agree.
Unreal how well he handled it and the humility and did the interviews, answered laughed at himself. Like I'd
Yeah.
probably be beating myself with taking the
You turn into
driver and
Sergio.
just like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
like,
We'll find
that
out.
But like
is-
Scotty Scheffler came out, who's playing better golf than he's playing unbelievable. No,
was.
outlier. But
Was.
he came out and said, when he just won at the Masters, that he was crying
Well,
the
he did.
morning of. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's just how much pressure. Mito's like, I thought I was nervous day 1, and then day 2 came around, and he's like, I thought I was nervous day 2, and then day 3 came around, and then I thought I was nervous day 3, and then he's like, and then I woke up with a lead, on Sunday morning, and
It was terrifying.
I was mortified. Like it's
Clearly.
So,
Clearly.
just the way, obviously JT winning, not a surprise. We talked about JT being in every metric are number one
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form. Yet Ryan somehow
Should've
omitted
doubled
his
up.
name for everything
why-
because
That makes any sense.
the dog father.
Max Homa.
But the way that we got there with big names leading, big names missing the cut, obviously you had the Tiger withdraw. You had some lower names around the leaderboard. Bubba Watson shot a course record on Saturday where everyone got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Right.
Like course records, I mean, when you see those, it's like everybody's shooting 2 to 3 to 5 under, and then
Maybe a couple
like,
guys actually
you
said
got
it,
some
and
guys
then
at
someone beat it.
7, you got some guys at 9. Like
It was him.
67 was like 3 dudes, and everybody else was shooting 2 to 4 over par. And Bubba Watson's just
Bubba.
out here slinging 63s. Excuse me?
It was awesome.
Because like
was
literally
cool to
everybody
see.
else is plummeting down the. I'm watching. I'm
Bubba's just
as, like
flying.
in between golf and stuff. I'm like checking. I'm like, wait a second, where are all the big names going? They're all.
They're going down.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, Bubba Watson's shooting a 63 right now in the worst conditions of the 4 days, for whatever reason. And you're just like, that doesn't make any sense. And then he crapped the bed on Sunday. Like didn't played terrible.
Yeah. No one really played lights out. On
But like
Sunday.
7 under on that course was like shooting 12 under on
Anything else,
like
basically.
the week before type of thing. Like just
was insane.
unbelievable score. Like even him after the round was like, yeah, I was still uncomfortable over every shot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Shooting 7 under.
I don't want to see you comfortable
I'm
then.
so sorry. Like,
But
but yeah, that was the biggest thing to me was just like that one random score that was so good compared to everyone
I
else.
think the biggest surprise was how many in the top 10 going in missed the cut. I can at
Like
least
worldly-
account for 3, I think.
I mean, the number 1 player in the world missed a cut.
1 did.
Number 5 did.
Where's DJ at?
He's
top 10,
He's got to be top 10.
I think.
Or real close. And that's just the 3 off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
That was a surprise to me.
DJ's 13th now, so he was 12th last week.
Guys, my picks were really good this week.
They weren't too shabby.
That was a heck of a week out of me.
It really was.
Honestly, I thought I was going to come in with a lot of shitty shots. I didn't do that bad.
No. You got 3.
Well, yeah, like
not
and they like as I look, yeah, I just tend to forget, and then was busy, so like I didn't really remember
I do this-
exactly who I had. So I
Right,
was like,
that
oh
happens a lot.
wait,
You only have I only check the one and done because
Yeah,
I know I
right,
can
right.
see it real quick. Yep.
like
no, I did
all
see-
I know is that my one and done missed the cut, and like I kind of knew that he would, but like
Right.
it is a long shot one
Yeah.
and done as it is, but
Maybe you should have.
chose,
Yeah, I did-
chose everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't.
I know. It looks so good. Guys, I'm top 20.
Yeah, big jumper.
Big jumper.
Gosh, does that? How do we feel about that? So he's top 20, which isn't great, but mind you,
No, and
I mean,
I'm
there's 37 of us.
I'm also
but, like,
6
still
million
bottom
away
half.
from number 1.
I think I'm more excited to watch the slide
All the
after
way
he
back
got
down to you
into the
guys?
top 20, like when he just comes back to us.
Just comes all back.
That was my thought when he sent the Slack the other
I
day.
can't
was
wait
like,
to see you back
wait,
down here.
Well, what's he gonna say when he's 32nd in 2 weeks? Like,
Hey, I had a run to the top 20. Where
can't
were you
wait
guys at?
Can't wait till the Open.
Come on. Yeah.
That was awesome.
So let's jump into those one and done picks. I mean,
Yep.
Cole already mentioned, so he had Daniel Berger. He missed the cut. I took Patrick Cantlay, who just has abysmal major records. He just is bad in majors, and I thought, okay, 5th ranked player in the
So
world.
he only
missed cut.
beat Patrick Cantlay. That is beat. Did he beat anybody that wasn't a qualifier? Or it was like one person that wasn't like an open
He ended
qualifier.
up being
I mean, he was like 3rd from the bottom of the list.
Right. I mean, there was a lot of people
So-
that finished below him, but they were all like
Yeah.
Berger.
So like
he beat Berger.
Sean McCarty is
And Berger,
the Iowa guy.
Yeah, who I took.
He didn't beat Berger.
Yes, he did.
what he's saying. Oh, that's bad.
Makes me want to drink.
Well, you are.
I mean, he tied with Zach Johnson.
Okay,
Derek
so his Friday
Ruin.
wasn't that bad then. Maybe I was looking at
His
those on
Thursday was awful.
Yeah, that could be.
There's that.
No, his Friday was really bad.
So Sean McCarty, we played Finkpine on Sunday. That's where he's a pro at, is at Finkpine. So that we were talking to the starter, and he's like, "Yeah, because he's got the course record at Finkbein or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, he does so great around here. And he's like, because he set the ball speed record on hole 1 of the PGA on Thursday.
Oh, he went at it
For the season. It was like 187 or 197. I don't know what
Good
the number
Lord.
was. But I mean, we're talking Bryson, we're talking Finau,
Yeah.
we're talking dude from Iowa City, Iowa.
came out and said,
has the PGA.
I'm gonna do a long drive swing.
came out and said,
his only
"I'ma get
PGA event because of how the qualifying. I mean, he might qualify for others, but he has the ball speed record at this point for the 2022 season,
he just went at it.
which just goes to show you it's just so much more than
Ball speed.
how hard.
Hey, if you teed it up at a major,
I think he might have finished. He was dead
he
last.
was second to last. It
second
says
to
it right
last?
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, second to last. Yep.
Second to last.
I made sure to put
So
that.
he hit it really.
I made sure.
The ball really came out fast. We don't know where it went.
Probably his best swing of the
It was like
round.
playing with Buellens.
Yeah, probably.
Swing hard. We don't know where it's going.
We don't know what's going.
So yeah, we can jump to
So do
top
we-
40 after
we
that.
better, we better draw our shitty shots there.
Oh yeah,
Rhino.
not wrong. While we're doing that, we can go to our player to.
Well, I mean, maybe Stoy wants to take a shitty shot with us, so we might as well go to
Outright.
Hideki.
Okay, fair.
What you just play? He just played Matt.
Wildberry
God
vodka.
damn it. It's fine, but it's just so.
It's not what you were looking
tart,
for.
and that was not what I was wanting with this. This don't.
I mean, that's
What'd
what
you
I kind of did. I've got wild berry. It goes with the
What'd you
banana.
Apple pie moonshine.
See that one.
This one's good.
Thank you, Hideki. Touch.
There it is. Yeah, those are just so much
juice.
better than anything else we have.
It's just juice.
Like,
It's just juice. Just juice. It's just juice. All right.
you are truly the one.
So outright winners. Stoy just took his shitty shot for Hideki, who he kind of explained just kind
Hey,
of played.
he
meh.
made the cut. Okay.
Made the cut.
He did.
I think my one and done in outrights. I think that might be the first time in a while that I've had both
Two-
make the cut.
Two-
Okay.
oh, hey,
It's
That's
tough.
fair.
It's
Things
tough
are
out in these
looking up.
streets.
We'll save Cole for last here. I took Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Solid pick.
Yeah, top 5.
Solid.
everything felt right about that pick. The guy just can't win, though.
What did he shoot?
He
3
can't.
over. I think he shot 3 over on Sunday.
Yeah, well, no, on
Saturday or Sunday he shot.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which you didn't have to do anything on Sunday.
You just had to.
If you
Stay
played
there.
even par, you would have moved up the leaderboard a ton.
If he played even par, he wins.
But I feel like that is that's a Fitzpatrick MO.
He shot 3. He shot 3 over. If he would have shot an even par, he would have went 600. And he would have won.
And dare I say this feels like slander. It's Finau-esque. The dude can.
Always
The
finishing
dude is top
fives.
10.
Yeah,
Top
fives and
five,
tens
like-
and twos, and
He just can't
Win.
There's something that he can't do.
it's most likely.
We can't even say Finau-esque because there's a guy that's in the top 5 here and lost in a playoff that fits the exact same mold that you're talking about.
He's
Rosella
too
Torres.
young though.
He
He's
doesn't
young.
have the record of doing that as much.
Yeah. Not yet. If he
yeah.
does it
He
for the rest of this season and then into next season, then
absolutely.
yes. I feel like Fitzpatrick's been doing this for a little while now. Like we look at him every week like
Hey,
that
this is-
dude's
that's
going to
solid
be
play.
he's not going to play bad golf.
Yeah.
Especially when the courses are tough or if we know there's going to be some wind or something
Right.
like, oh yeah,
play well.
Fitzpatrick's going to be there.
He'll
He's
be
not
there.
going to win. He's going to be there. Almost like Rory these days. Jeez.
Hey, he didn't do too bad. Okay, I picked
Oh,
him to
man.
fade, and he got 8th.
Yeah,
He just couldn't.
He didn't fade hard enough because he was the first round leader. If you were the first round leader, you were basically finishing inside top 10.
Yeah.
And that's just if you just
be around.
didn't completely step on it the rest of the. We'll talk about that when we get to scores, which is just annoying.
Yes.
So
So
good.
since you just mentioned it, player to fade, Rory was 4th. Stoy took him, and he actually finished 8th. So still a fade.
Guy double faded.
Still a fade.
He double faded right into a shitty
Cole
shot for
took-
you. Or,
Cole took DJ,
some
who was 7th, and he missed the cuts. That's a heck of a fade there. One of those top players that we look at
Just
shouldn't
couldn't
miss a
get it
cut. But
done. He's just not there. I don't.
No,
he's
off.
not.
Way
I
off.
don't know if it's mental or physical with him, but like it feels like
off.
he's just not. There's certain courses that he's just not, and honestly, like it feels like he's just there for
To be there?
like the majors, obviously, but like it feels like maybe he'll be good at the U.S. Open, but like he'll be solid. Like St. Andrews, like I feel like he'll be locked in. It just feels like he's just gonna kind of come and go, and like that's one of the things with making as much money as they do these days too. Is just like, I mean, golf's tough,
Was it
man. Like the
last
mental
year?
and the physical of it. Like
Yeah.
DJ feels like he put on maybe 15 or 20 pounds over the off season. Like obviously got kids, like got stuff going on, and like completely get it. But
So back
you
on
get
some tournaments.
but if you get well, the thing is they're obligated to.
True.
And so like even his own tournament and stuff like that, it's just like
he can't Tiger it.
no, like these
Right.
guys just don't have that edge.
Right.
And so it's just like, yeah, I'm really good at golf and I'm better than 99.9% of the world and I make a lot of money and I'm not trying to be Tiger and I'm not trying to be Jack Nicklaus. And at this point, my money is made and I'll choose when I want to lock it in. Like if I want to lock it up for 4 weeks of competitive advantage,
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
If not, kind of just a meh.
And so like match play is one of those things where like competitive stuff comes out, and that's where he plays well. It's just like, oh, mano a mano, like no, my balls are bigger than yours. Like no, like you're not stepping on me, like shoulders up. But like rest of the stuff, and like Koepka's starting to feel a little bit. I think he's injured.
Well, he's injured. We'll see when he comes back from it, but it's
like
similar.
same type of thing. Bryson's a different animal from a perspective
Also
of
injury.
like. But, like, he's overtraining himself into injury. So, like, I don't think it's a competitive advantage thing for him. I think he just needs to figure out exactly where he fits into how can I stay healthy.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm seeing a lot of that with how great the young guys are at golf these days. They're, like, the Hovlands, the Zalatoris.
Yeah.
Like, the top-end talent is just too big for, like,
These guys,
the Horschels and the DJs and even like the Rorys and the Spieths.
it's just a home hot. They
Like
can't.
at some point they were like, man, these dudes are just like, and in Tiger's heyday, he just didn't have that competition. And like, there's something to be said for that. And you can argue all you want how great Tiger was, not to say he wasn't great then, but these guys are fearless. They're not changing their golf games because a guy's great at golf.
Right.
Like,
Which they learned from Tiger.
watching Tiger.
So-
And like that's the Tiger generation. Like it's funny because like Tiger has raised these guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Essentially, yeah. He
And,
raised
like
them.
that's what we're seeing. So it's just funny to actually see that come to fruition.
And then he's made 2 major cuts.
But like Phil's completely gone now, guys.
Oh, he's not part of any conversation. He was mentioned
Maybe that's
because he
an
won it last year.
ending conversation of everything here today. But like that, like I don't know that we're gonna see him on the tour again.
No, I don't think
And
so.
that's super. That's
Weird.
deflating to me.
It's
As a Phil.
it's a changing of the guard it's a changing of the guard, but it's the most deflating thing is we're not going to be able to see a last like Tiger. We're going to watch him probably fade away, but like he will have
Hopefully
some
right into the sunset.
some moment that'll be a moment.
But like, was Phil's moment last year
When he won this?
and then didn't pay Bones? Because like that's the story now is like that Bones hasn't been paid for winning,
Which
or
is
that like Phil kept the flag so he could sell it.
Didn't he?
for
Which
the
is
gambling.
what's insane about him not paying Bones and like
did Bones
for winning or whatever. I don't
did
know.
Bones caddy for Phil when he won?
I have no idea.
I completely meant to research that today and I did not.
But regardless, when we're talking about
back-to-back PGAs,
when we're
for
talking
some
about
reason.
paying caddies, though, in this sense, when DJ, I can't remember what season it was, he was winning like crazy.
Mhm.
His brother was his caddy,
It still is.
right? But I'm just throwing this out there. His brother would have been top 10 of golfers, caddies, anything, players, whatever in the world in his pay scale that year.
Mhm.
So DJ was 1, his brother
Brother
was 10.
top 10, right?
That just
Well, I
It's
mean,
like
that's the same way with
insane.
like LaCava and Fuzzy with Tiger. Like any of those years, like Tiger is never like those guys can say like I mean they had personal relationships and all like those guys always got paid. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Bones is saying that Phil just basically threw him the middle finger and said, "Sorry, I gambled your winnings away. I can't pay you." And this is just coming out now.
Yeah.
Like, this has never been revealed.
Bones was his caddy in 21.
Yeah, that's okay. So like Bones is back-to-back PGA Tour champion, and like
Did you hear
3
some of
to
his stuff?
5.
Did you guys see that Instagram post? I think it was the PGA Tour posted this on Instagram of Justin Thomas's like best shots or whatever throughout the tour, best interactions, and it's just him and Bones talking.
Yeah, it was legit.
And we talk about that, and that's one reason that I'll miss Phil. To bring this all back to him is we talked about it. He's the scientist or the gunslinger kind of thing that we were talking about before. Is he is a scientist? He can break down everything almost like a Bryson-esque in a sense, where he just breaks down everything so to the minute detail that it's fun to hear guys on that level be vocal about what's going through their head.
But then he's got a gambling problem.
A huge gambling problem.
Right.
Also, I love how Bones. Someone asked him.
And he had all the investment.
They were talking
stuff
about
go against him as well.
Yeah, they were talking to Bones about like basically like commission versus fixed rate, right? That's what they were going off of. When he said, "Well, it's $270,000 more than I got from Phil."
Yes. Like literally said it on mic. Like
Yeah, and I was like,
right.
Oh,
So like we're talking.
So
we're talking
Bones is
about
gonna say
$250,000 here.
I know
like,
now we're on the Phil thing, so we're on it. And Bones, his history, obviously a very good dude, doesn't have the baggage like Phil does. We had actually one of our best little shorts was about Phil early. The more we're learning, we always ask like, why would players come out and say things when Rory came out? Why would they do that?
Right.
And now
If he is a good person, they wouldn't.
Right.
They didn't come out like that against Tiger with all his stuff.
No.
Right? Why would people say that against Phil? Well, because he must be that person.
And Phil has disrespected the golf community, and the golf community is now like I feel like the golf. It's a very niche community as a whole.
Oh, absolutely.
Good people or bad people.
Right.
But like once so many things happen, you're going to get buried by your own community, and
you're
Phil
done.
is well into that.
Absolutely.
And it's unfortunate because he's one of the more entertaining, like you said, like he gives us insight that we crave as amateur golf enthusiasts. Like we love to see him on the match. We love to see him just give us more social media, Phil. And now you're just like, oh, like Phil's kind of a dirtbag.
He's
that
a
translates.
shitty
That
person.
just is what it is. And like Tiger's stuff was all personal.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, like
Right.
whatever. But Tiger doesn't Tiger in the golf community, still a hero because he's always treated people within that community with respect
And held the game.
and held the game with the highest amount of respect.
He made his mistakes, but he treated people with respect.
And he never lost the golf. He never lost the golf community ever.
Ever. Not once.
Right.
Not even a low
But
bet, I don't think.
I think one thing to highlight here when we're talking about these, we're amateurs in this sense and loving to hear those like analytics and stuff,
Speak to yourself.
is big time amateur. I mean, I don't even know if I fit amateur status, but
What's below junior? Is that below amateur?
Amateur. That's why they have a handicap
casual?
system.
Right?
casual.
No, you're more than casual.
I went down to 9.
You're on
Just call me
you're on a golf podcast. You're more than casual.
Okay, fair.
I hate to bring it to you.
Have you updated your gin, by the way?
Maybe
No.
gin.
I'm going with gin.
no, so
I don't
I'm
wanna say
glad
gin.
I
I don't like
always-
gin.
Okay,
No,
time
no,
out.
I get it, but I've always been a gin guy, so I looked up
And
the
it-
origin of the word,
And it's actually gin.
and I'm mad about it.
Well, I'm not going to say because I don't like gin.
Yeah, okay.
The
Can
booze
we
is awful.
We'll be gin together.
Ginned it.
I
gin
like,
or gin?
Wait. I
I'll
like
be
gin
it.
though.
I don't. That's the reason I don't want to say it.
You ever had tin can gin?
I don't like gin.
You would like
I
this.
wanted
I
to
bet
go
you.
drink a Christmas tree, I will go to a Christmas
Oh,
tree.
I
chew it up
want
in
to
my
drink
face.
a Christmas tree though.
Well, we're
I
different.
love the flavor.
We're different.
I'll drink all the gins.
All of them.
Okay,
Gin rummy, gin golf.
Back to being-
either end of the spectrum. Card games to golf and all the alcohol in between.
Are you a card guy?
I love cards. I love cards. I like
Like,
games.
what's-
I love golf. I love gambling.
What's like
Okay,
if you had
Phil.
if you had to go
I'm a
to
degenerate.
if you had to go
but
to
I-
like
but I somehow
Okay, Phil.
suppress all.
if you had to
all
go
of
to
this-
card night, if you had to go to card night, like what are you playing?
We're playing.
What's
We're playing. You call it. So like I've got like a 10-man table.
Yeah.
And we're
just
so, like,
rotating?
and
Dealer calls it.
dealer calls, and you can't repeat. That's how much of a degenerate
back-to-back
I am.
repeats or in
in the round.
or in the round?
Yeah.
So then like you start again.
Yikes.
Okay.
I don't
And,
know that many games.
Like that's how much of a degenerate I am though. Is that
I like
love
that.
all the games so much that I don't want to just be stuck playing Hold'em or whatever. Like I
I want
want to
'em all.
play some.
Give me 'em all.
If there was okay,
I want to play some 3-card guts, and I want to play some like Omaha, and I want to play some
Omaha!
Sevens
what's
Hard.
okay? What's
Like,
3-card gut? Is that 31?
3-card guts is just like you put 3 out there, and then you're betting against whether you, like if you have the 3 best cards.
Okay, so
and then
different.
it's 1, 2, 3 fold if I have the best 3-card hand, and you have to have like there's a low hand that you have to at least.
So
have
there's
to
a
stay.
there's a river or whatever in front of you, and you have
No,
your
no, no.
hand.
There's no river. It's like I'm dealing around the table, and I've got 3 cards, and I've got to. I think it's
Oh,
at least,
okay.
I've got to have at least a pair to stay, or a pair to win, and then you have to beat the 3. There is a blind 3-card middle, and so you have to be the only person to stay, and then beat the middle. So like everybody else has to have a crappy enough hand, but then if you don't, the 3 like I keep dealing until somebody beats that middle hand, and we're ending every time.
If we,
that's
but
good
if we
fun.
if
If
we
like
both
2-card
stay,
guts, 3-card guts.
if we both stay, what
like it.
happens there? Do I have to beat both you and the middle, or do we just
No, you
redeal?
keep
No,
betting
whoever. So like if whoever wins between me and you doesn't have to ante. Everybody else has to ante. We go again.
Okay,
until you
Yeah,
beat
so
the
it's
one person.
Okay, all right.
That's why it's called guts. Like I gotta stay. I gotta ante. Like
I like
it's
that.
Not only do we do sports betting,
Right.
but we do apparently
If there was
And I haven't played like
Card
I
game.
wouldn't say that I've played a ton of cards over my life. It's just like when I play,
you play,
I am just in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, and that's
I
the
could
same
play
with
cards for-
gambling for me. Is
I
just
could play
like,
cards for hours. Like that's one thing that
Could you play cards longer than you can talk, or talk longer than you can play cards?
both.
Or are they synonymous at the same time?
I want to talk. the
It
whole
depends
time.
on what I'm playing.
I wanna
Because if I'm
talk
playing,
the whole
if I'm
time
playing
I'm playing
Hold'em,
cards. How
if I'm
about
playing
that?
Hold'em, I can't talk that much. So
So
I should be a better card player.
you should
but
just
I
be
don't
overall
play-
better.
I don't play enough, so like I'm sure I have lots of tells.
I feel like I play a lot of.
As far as like I talk
when we
I
get
have
around
really
our
good
friends,
hands,
I feel like I
probably,
play a
and
lot
don't
of
talk
euchre.
when I don't like, or I just fold right away. Like,
Right.
Fuck, what is this?
So clearly he had nothing.
Got
Got
The
it.
guy had a 2
Oh, he
and a
didn't
7.
talk.
Oh, right.
Clearly.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like I play a lot of euchre. Like if we get around
love me
friends,
some
like
euchre.
I think we play
Spades.
euchre like crazy. Yeah,
Spades.
pitch.
I don't think I've ever played
Pitch.
euchre.
I play
Euchre?
pitch with my in-laws.
Okay. Do you like 6-handed euchre or just regular euchre better?
Regular probably.
Yeah,
But that's just because I have more experience with it.
fair.
Fair. Comfortability.
Yeah.
Ride the bus. Anybody?
Oh, come on, come on.
What is it? Pyramid?
Little pyramid action.
Pyramid.
Little,
Everybody
Ride the
does it
bus?
different. Everybody does it. There's like
what
17
is
different ways to ride the bus, and I think it's just everybody gets
what's
more
the-
creative to
Ring
make
of
you drink
Fire?
more.
Ring of Fire.
Where you put it in the beer can and when it opens.
King's Cup.
Right. So like you got drinking games. You got.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll play.
I'm all in.
I'm in.
on all of them.
I'm all
and
in.
the wife is a big nerdy board game person. So like I'm talking like different variations of like Seven Wonders and stuff like that. Is all like Dungeons and Dragons types of stuff. Catan.
Big fan.
Huge.
Not
like
a sword.
So like we have
Knife.
game nights with
Katana.
There's another couple of that we schedule game nights with, and I say game nights as in like 6 hours on a Sunday afternoon or something like that, where we play. So my wife subscribes to a board game
Community.
community.
Let's go with that.
Yes, and they're like, so there's a website that she's also has subscriptions to where you can go on and play against other. So like she'll do that, and we have. So like we have 8 cupboards full of games.
I love games.
I've played
I'm
games
a word
that-
association game more
You,
so. Like, if I'm playing
Old
games,
Souls. is
So
the
like
one.
I've played
that's what we asked for one of
games.
our wedding presents was just a bunch of board games and stuff like
So
that.
I played games since I was like I learned how to play like the initial game. Like my grandma was a huge card gamer when I was 3 years old. I learned how to play cribbage when I was 8.
She was a gambler.
No, she was a. Well, she might have been.
Gambler. That's where you got it from.
That's
fine.
Very much probably was.
Kenny Rogers, baby,
But, like,
the gambler.
Playing cribbage, like I would go down and visit my grandparents, and my grandpa would go play cribbage with the guys in the clubhouse. So at 8 years old, I would sit and watch them learning
For
how
hours.
to count cribbage, 15-2, 15-4. And so, like, when I see poker hands a lot, I'm like, oh, that's a great cribbage hand. Like, I'll just say it because cribbage is one of my favorite games of all time. One of the games
That's one that I don't know how to play.
It's a great game. Great game. And it's one of those
Got
games that it's like no other in the fact that you can't say it's like this game. It is very much its own.
It's
the counting, the scoring, like everything is its own game. So
All right.
back to golf.
Can we go back to golf?
Thank you, Phil, you dick.
Okay.
See, this is why Phil's an asshole.
Let's go to side bets. Can we talk
car-
about side
there
bets
is
now?
there is a new like card golf game out
Do you
there
think
that's like
Phil
a bad.
likes
It's like a
cribbage?
bad.
I need to
Yeah,
ask Phil.
because
Phil
because
Mickelson,
you can
do you like
you can
cribbage?
bet on it, so he likes it.
I'm gonna stop liking cribbage if Phil likes it. That's a lie.
There's
That's
there's a
lie.
new
lie.
like golf card game out there though. It's like bad draw or something like that where everybody draws a random card and it gives you your challenge for that hole. So
Yeah,
like,
I saw that. I saw that.
it's actually
Yeah.
kind of sweet if you're just playing with friends, but at the same time, I just like to play.
So have
golf
you guys
with
ever
friends.
bowled before? Like, have you ever played in a bowl?
Have you
no,
ever
sorry.
bowled
Wrong question.
before?
Have you ever played in a bowling league?
I grew up in a town of a mile square with
So the answer is yes.
so
where
like I
play
spent
cards
Thursday
with
nights.
bowling. Like so, like a spare you get one card,
Yeah.
a strike you get two. So like I have cards in my golf bag to where like when I play with Joe
Birdie
and
gets
Latham,
whatever. Yeah.
So like we'll play winner of the hole gets a card. If you birdie, you get double, and then like we'll go driving the fairway gets a card. Like just to try to make the hands bigger. So it's like every positive shot for the hole. So like there might be 5 and then it's just like best 5-card hand you can make at the end of the round. Sometimes we'll do wild, sometimes we won't, and it's just like that'll be part of one of our side bets. And I'll just bring the deck of cards and be like, "Oh, I got the fairway." So I'll
Wouldn't it be
toss
Sign me
nice?
up.
Wouldn't it be
Toss
nice
on
if
cards.
there was
Sign
like
me
an app for this? I
I
wonder if
feel like
there's-
there might be
I feel
something
like
that's in the
something
works.
in the
for
works
that.
that
I'd be
we,
onto something.
that we might be. I don't know.
All right,
maybe
so,
we talk about
They
it.
had a
later.
guy. They had a guy win big in their community this
They
weekend.
sure did. They sure did.
Won like 8,500.
on JT.
Just saying,
On
it's gonna
JT.
be really nice when there's an app where we can do all those things.
Yeah.
Like,
So
like side bets.
What do we? I mean, have
Side
we even
bets.
gotten through? We haven't even gotten through the
At
Side
this
note.
point, we have to go to side
my
bets.
fault on the sidetrack.
We haven't even talked about Tiger and nothing. So we're gonna go to side bets.
Side bets.
Side bets. Over under 9.5. Looked promising for a while.
What do you mean for a while?
For like, I don't know. It's a
You
whole
mean
10
on Friday?
on Sunday.
On Friday when
Looked great.
the leaders were at 9 under.
Yeah, it looked great all the way through. I
And
think they
we
were at
had
9.
9.5.
What-
We needed one
Mito
guy
was
to shoot
9
one under
for-
par, one under par on the weekend. On the weekend, I'm just asking for a 70-69
Guys,
weekend.
The scores at the end of the day felt so good for PGA. Like it all worked out
The way
well.
they got there,
It felt
wrong.
good.
It felt wrong.
Good.
Felt wrong.
You know I love that, and you know I
Yeah,
said
but do
the
you
PGA's
love
gonna
how
rant.
they got there?
Just because JT shanked one and won, and Mito decided to jump into the pond and get electrocuted, has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, but like, so
Just
U.S.
gonna bring these back up here because Cole and I
perfectly.
both.
U.S. Open is starting.
Just keep talking.
3 weeks.
Screw off.
That's something I'll mention.
Fuck.
Oh, is that blue raspberry?
So U.S. Open starting. U.S.
Wildberry.
Open, they try to be par or worse.
Right.
So like meaning plus scores.
I'm
That's
really excited
fine.
about it.
For 4 days, if you want to do that, fine.
Right.
Do not give me 2 days of
Scoreable golf.
scoreable golf and then
Whoa,
stop.
3.
No, 2.
Bubba set a course record on Saturday.
Stop it. 2 days of
Bubba
of
set
scoreable
a
golf.
course record on
And then-
Saturday. It was 1 day, Sunday.
So this is my disappointment of not being able to watch. What did they do to the course that you couldn't score for 2 days on the weekend? Was it pin location? Was it weather?
I didn't look at the
personally
pins
don't
close
know.
enough.
But like, there is no way they didn't do something very dramatic to keep a guy who was at 9 under or the field. Rory shot 5 under the first day, or anyone else
And they
from
said-
being able to shoot 1 to 2 under for 2 consecutive days. Like they had to do something significant.
I don't know. We should look it up. I
couldn't
couldn't tell.
find anything.
I couldn't tell.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't
yeah.
find anything.
Like I couldn't tell.
Did these guys all just shit the bed for 2 days after shooting?
And
8,
we've
9,
seen- we've
7,
seen a
6,
lot of-
5
Yeah,
under.
it was
Like
awesome.
We've seen a lot of
I approve. What was that?
Manipulated.
manipulated or
Gotcha.
manipulable. I guess is if that's a, is that
minutia.
is that a word?
I-
Manipulatable.
As long as you don't talk the
Oh
nipple.
my lord!
Don't touch the nipple.
Tip of the tongue, teeth to the lips.
Manipulatable.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
We've seen plenty more
That's
of
a
those
lot of tongue.
courses. Save me. We've seen more of those courses
just
this year than
jealous.
this past week, like where they have the
guys-
air systems and the vac systems and different stuff where they can water and control everything like that.
It doesn't
So
get better
I don't know.
than what happened.
Okay, so either way,
Take
they
a
got
shitty shot because you guys took
that's
over.
fine,
It
whatever.
was 9.5. It was it was way under. It wasn't even close.
Keep this sucker up here. Keep this sucker up here.
I'm okay with this next one.
9.5. Cole and I both took the over. Thought it could get up to
Taking a
12.
shitty shot.
For this one,
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Wait, time out. What were you?
pointed to the
I was
misses
thinking it
cut.
was miscut. I thought you took him to miss the cut.
No.
Oh, no,
that
no,
was
no, no,
everybody.
no.
He clearly didn't understand.
Everyone took that if he missed.
Can you guys just take your shitty shots so we can move on to Tigger?
I'm getting aggressive here. I'm about to start throwing things.
Here, go ahead.
At least I don't have to go home and single parent tonight. Oh, wait.
You know the best way to single parent is after 4 shooters and some bamboo.
They probably call DCS.
I did that earlier.
Why? Oh, that's at least it wasn't this.
That's pineapple. It's not. What is that?
Ruby Kinky.
I feel like that should be
That's
thick.
be really tart.
I feel
that's
like
gonna
no.
be really
I,
great.
Actually,
Grapefruit.
might be what I need right now.
I feel like that
This
should
was
be.
not bad.
Oh, was it just blue raspberry?
Kinky blue. Yeah, that was more.
I mean, anytime I see
Cole
something
Cole
that
was a
says
big
blue,
UV blue fan back in his
that's
college.
what
You throw a little vodka in there. Yeah, why not? Lemonade.
you guys,
I think
the
UV
amount
blue
of
Mountain
UV
Dew
red
was
I've
the-
No,
drank-
it was UV blue and lemonade.
UV blue Mountain Dew.
What?
He's a different generation. He doesn't count.
I am.
Oh God,
younger.
what?
You know why they started making
Mountain Dew is for whiskey.
energy drinks for all these idiots? Because they liked UV blue and Mountain Dew.
Absolutely.
Energy drinks were not a thing. In
Four
our
Loco
generation.
came around, but it came from those idiots.
Right? Not us.
Tide Pods.
No, that's not you either. But
Jeez, I mean, if
That's
you
a
want,
little-
If you want,
if you want that, go ahead.
I
Take
thought
it.
I thought that was
No,
the
go
next
ahead, take it.
generation.
Wow.
No, that's a couple years younger.
Tiger missed the top 25 because of a WD. Although he would have missed it anyway.
Yes.
I feel like that should be as thick as rum chata.
Why? Because of the bottle.
Yeah, like it just.
A bright fusion of grapefruit, kiwi, and elderflower. It was
Elder-
actually enjoyable.
Decent. Really?
Completely.
Did somebody like just eat a rose and burp into it, and then they sealed it up real quick?
Relatively speaking.
So the kiwi,
but with the grapefruit.
the kiwi
There
took
we
out
go.
the grapefruit's a bunch of tartness. I bet.
Well, or the elderflower.
Whatever that is. Is that part of the elderberry?
No,
flower?
he's just the older of the flowers.
Speaking of Tigger, real quick.
Yep.
And I was not surprised about his third round, but the effort he gave on Friday, which you didn't see or anything,
No, I
to
saw
make
highlights,
oh my
though. Like,
lord,
I mean,
to just grind the hell out
but
of
like
it.
that's what caused his Saturday, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. It did, and cold weather. So not surprised to see his third round do that, and then his leg. If you saw, I don't know if you saw that
It was
clip.
worse than after the Masters.
Oh, absolutely. If you saw that clip in the bunker, that was some scary stuff.
Do you think that was the shot that caused it all, or do you?
No, that was his warm up,
Oh, that's right. That's
and he was just
that's right.
walking down to a bunker.
Yeah,
his leg gave out.
Yeah, but like,
I think I don't know what it was. We could
like,
speculate the shit
were
out
you
of it.
surprised he made it through 9? I feel like it was almost out of respect that he's like,
I'm gonna
making it
finish.
through 9 holes. Because I mean, he didn't make it through 18.
He finished third round.
Oh, he did completely. I thought he
No, he
withdrew
finished.
after 9.
No, he finished and even hit an 80. He shot a 79. He grinded out a 79.
I did not see that. I thought
Oh,
he withdrew
it was
after
amazing.
9 holes. Okay, so that
Even his
you're right.
79 was actually, there was great shots, and then there was like,
Right.
you could see Tiger say, I'm not shooting 80.
Right.
Got to 79, and then he withdrew
That's fair.
before fourth.
Okay. I thought he withdrew after 9 holes.
74, 69,
But
79.
either way, like Tiger's first of all, more than gained everyone's respect. But second of all, you need to go back to the other page. But second of all, like he's finished enough because we didn't do these.
Well, we just said Tiger withdrew. We don't have time. How long are you supposed to be here?
I don't know.
Don't you have kids? I thought you were single.
They're with my
father.
in-laws right now.
Oh, all right.
I had to put them.
So we can jump through those
whatever.
quicker.
But like he's gained that
because
respect.
Yeah.
He's played through injuries, so like he definitely gets the benefit of the doubt.
We can jump through these next two fairly quick. Cole's theme was T13.
Yep.
Stoy took Tiger. I mean, he's
a black-
definitely not the only one.
You guys, Black Stallion. I mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
Took him. He withdrew.
he would have got
again,
that top 40, I think.
Again, he was playing.
Right.
He would've got
I
top
took
40.
Billy Horschel as my Black Stallion. He finished 68th. Made the
One
cut.
off.
Was about.
He was one off.
He had a good Sunday.
He did.
He's playing well enough for that to be a good pick, but
Right.
he's also playing
He's
not
also
good enough
Billy
for plus 9,000 to fit him.
He's also
And then Cole with Tyrrell
Cheryl Hatton.
Hatton.
Tyrell.
Tyrell Tyrrell Hatton.
Ty-
Just wants to
Real.
complain about everything all the time.
T13.
Again, another reason why he doesn't win some of the big tournaments.
He bitches
But
him
T13 at plus 8,500 though. That I mean, yeah, you didn't win it, but that's a darn good.
He's like
pick
a
right
poor
there.
man's Fitzpatrick, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Same cut, same mold. Like they're gonna be in the same tournaments.
and
Yeah.
bitch about things.
Fitzpatrick doesn't.
Not no, but
That's why he's the
Yeah.
poor man's.
Bitches.
Is like
And-
he's just like mentally, he's not there.
Yeah, and then to jump to top 40, Stoy took Tiger again. We heard about that withdrawal already. I took Sean McCarty, the Iowa boy, finished second to last, but I mean, it just felt
He's in the
right to take the
tournament.
Iowa
Yeah,
boy,
no,
baby.
that's fair.
And then Cole, the dog father, Max Homa. So Max Homa's the
Dude's just
this
playing
is
golf
Max
right now,
Homa's caddy's
Yep.
brand because he gets a hot dog at the turn.
Where'd you
Right.
get that?
Actually, one of the guys that I used to coach in wrestling left it in my car, so then I just kept
So you
it.
stole it.
Boom.
I didn't steal it.
You
Acquired it.
acquired it.
Possession is how many tenths?
9/10
of the law. Exactly. So, and I've said, hey, this is in my car. Come get it, and it just hasn't.
So you
happened.
tried.
So then,
That's
He's
yeah,
a wrestler.
exactly.
That's what you expect.
So weekly ranks this week. Cole was the champ. I mean, we talk about it, giving those
is here.
giving those extra 5 points.
There's a button.
There's a
No,
button
there
for
is.
that. Giving those extra 5 points is huge. I mean, Stoy obviously got those extra 5 points as well with his one and done, but Cole was 17, Stoy with 13, and then I was in last with 6. Missed cuts, kill you.
Stop missing cuts.
Yeah, what I'm missing them in the wrong places too. Like that's the worst part. Like
miss
if
them.
I missed them in Black Stallion, if I missed them in top 40, cool. If missing them in one and done and outright though,
Ain't the place. That ain't the place. I'm taking a pee break.
yep. Break time, and then we'll jump into the Charles Schwab challenge.
It's time.